Flight bus, bitch. You know, for sure. You're not listening to the Mind and Terry's Moon. I'm the Archangel Uriel, and I'm here to carry out God duties and motherfucking responsibilities. And right now, we're going to talk about what makes Geminis communicators. So, what makes, and let me make sure too that, what makes Gemini, because I wrote this down, you know what I'm saying, I want to make sure I got everything right in this motherfucker. Now, what makes Geminis communicators? Now, let's talk about Gemini for a second. They're mutable air. So, mutable air is being adaptable and changeable, and air represents the thinking and the communication. So they are adaptable and changeable to their way and other ways of communication and thinking, and other people's ways of thinking and communication. So when it comes here, you have, Geminis like to think a lot. They like to, and you have three types of them. You have three types of this mutable air. Now you have the self-communicators, which is the Mercury and Geminis. Then you have the practical communicators, which is the Mercury and Taurus Geminis. Then you have the caring communicators, which is the Mercury and Cancer Geminis. So here are the three types of Geminis. See, Mercury can only be in three of these places. And this is how you think and communicate. So all planets make an outlook. Like this is just one segment. I'm gonna do them all. But check this out. We're going to talk about Gemini. Now, let's talk about the self-communicator Geminis. Now, the self-communicating Geminis are the Mercury and Geminis. Now, Mercury loves to be here, but when it's in a double, anytime there's a conjunction between the Sun and Mercury, anytime there's a conjunction, period, there's caused friction. Now, friction, it could be a good thing, but it's like two planets trying to play the same part. Right? So it depends on which actual two planets is playing the same part. Now you have the Sun, which is the father, and you have Mercury, which is the youngest son, the baby son, the son that's in elementary, preschool, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Still playing with crossword puzzles. You know what I'm saying? Still analyzing, still detailing everything, still communicating everything, getting into everything. You know what I'm saying? Seeing the back of the labels on stuff that you been did, you know what I'm saying? But this is what Mercury is doing. It's very fast, very young, very pace. Hermes from here, all that shit. So look, when we talk about Mercury being in Gemini, but your Sun being in Gemini also, check this out. Now your actions, the way you act, that's the Sun. So it's already in Gemini. You're already thinking, you're already communicating, you're already trying to relate to others. You think you could talk about everything. But when your Mercury comes here, this brings it in the inside. So all that thinking and communicating becomes in your own mind. So you become a person who think and communicate with yourself. These are the more reserved Geminis, the more quiet Geminis, the more Geminis who may think first before they say something. These are the Geminis who may try to finish your sentence before you say your sentence, or already know what you're trying to do, because they're too busy thinking and analyzing before they're expressing it. And the Sun is the expressor. You know what I'm saying? It's your actions, the way you act. So when you have Mercury here also, it takes the way you act and how you act and puts it in your mind. So all your actions and your intentions is going to your own mind. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times this makes you very witty, very good, but a lot of times it makes you very passive and very detached. So it can play out like that. Now, what happens here is these are the self-communicators. So a lot of times you're going to talk to yourself. So this what creates the double already, because you're talking to yourself. So is one person talking to another person, but you think you're talking to yourself. So you're making yourself do things in two different aspects. So this is why a lot of times you just play out the energy of you may be two different people, and that's why other people may pick it up like, what's wrong with this person? One day they like this, one day they like that. But it's just because the way you carry yourself inside your mind as a Mercury being in Gemini. This is how you think and communicate. But your Sun is in Gemini, so you're thinking and communicating with yourself. So it's almost like, all right, how do I want to be today? Then you start to express that. Then the other day you may wake up and be like, how do I want to be today? Then that's what you express, because you think and communicate it with yourself first before you present it. So you make people think. This is more the manipulative ones. They're good with words more than to themselves. They like to try to control situations from an outside realm of reality if you don't catch them. And these are the more manipulative Geminis, but These are the Geminis that can help you also, because they can analyze your situation without saying nothing. Then when you need help, they want you to ask for help first, but once you ask, they're able to help you. Now, let's get to the practical communicator. This would be if you're a Gemini sun and your Mercury is in Taurus. Now, if your Mercury is in Taurus, the way you think and the way you communicate is fixed Earth. So right here, you're going to think and communicate on being fixated on things. You know what I'm saying? On getting one thing out the way first before you think about another thing. You know what I'm saying? You like to, and you really want to take it step by step like that, because once things start to get too cloudy and too crowded, you could get misguided and get misjudged, and this would make Tauruses uncomfortable in general. But by your Mercury being here and your sun sign being Gemini, a lot of time your actions and the way you act may manifest situations that is scattered. You know what I'm saying? And it may leave your slow, not to say slow in the aspect of someone slow. When we say slow, that don't mean nothing. That means growth. That means nurturing. That means detail. You know what I'm saying? That means transition. That means degrees. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean someone being slow. You know what I'm saying? When we talk about that in astrology. But Mercury slows down in Taurus because it's Earth. It's density. It's going to take longer experiences to get from one point to another point. So when you have that, these are how your thoughts are. And then when your actions and a lot of stuff you're experiencing in life is scattered, it could throw you off. So you may lose your phone or lose your keys, or you know what I'm saying, or you know what I'm saying, do stuff like that. But a lot of times you remember other things, like you remember how to stay scheduled, you remember how to stay on task, to do what you need to do. So you like to communicate about practical things, about how we can do this, when to do it, how to do it, and then get it done. You know what I'm saying? And you like to think slow paced. Make sure you analyze everything from where it needs to be, even though a lot of times your actions may be faster. You may jump on things first, but a lot of times when you're able to balance these two things out, can't nobody touch you. You know what I'm saying? Now let's get to the caring communicator. Now the caring communicator is when you have Mercury in Cancer and you're a Gemini. So right here, you place thinking and communication, and you place that in cardinal water. And cardinal water is initiating and creating new ways of feeling and emotionalizing. You know what I'm saying? Creating. Now the thin line between your feelings and emotions is the emotions is the square, the feelings is the circle. So the feelings is you're gonna feel. You don't know what that is. And the emotions is the box you're gonna put it in. The emotional box. What kind of emotion is it? What kind of feeling is it? That's the box you put it in. You know what I'm saying? So this is what water signs deal with. Air signs deal with that on the right and left brain level. The left brain is the square. The right brain is the circle. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, when we talk about the caring communicators, these people are when they think and when they communicate, it's about, it has to have an expression of feeling behind it. They have to be emotionally connected to it. So these are the Geminis who may cut you off in the middle of your conversation, because if you're talking about something that they don't care about, they're not going to care about cutting you off. And then their actions are so sharp by being a Geminis that a lot of times they may not know that's what they actually did, because the way they think and communicate, they may have truly not cared about it if it was in Cancer. And then their actions are so fast paced, they may just, that's how they act. Their actions was just to cut you off real quick, and they may not even was aware if that's what they actually did, unless you communicate with them back that that's what they did. These are the ones who think they're funny, you know what I'm saying? These are the ones who know how to analyze your emotions and feelings and how you feeling. So if it's something that they care about or something that they can connect with you about, they know how to put it in words real good. They know how to put it in words for you. These are your romance talkers, you know what I'm saying? They talk themselves right into relationships, and then their actions don't even be sure if that's the kind of relationship they wanted. Then they switch up on people real fast and leave the person like, damn, what happened? And that's just because how this person communicated, you know what I'm saying? Because it's the caring and the nurturing aspect of their thinking and communication that make you felt at home, because it's in Cancer, you know what I'm saying? So it made you feel connected with this person by the way this person talk and communicate due to their actions, by their sun being in Gemini. You know what I'm saying? But the way they thinking and communicating it is in a very connecting way, a cardinal way, initiating new ways of feeling and emotions. So their words is sparking all kind of emotions and feelings within you, even within themselves. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times these are the people who like to darken the room or lighten the room. You know what I'm saying? These people. You know what I'm saying? So that's the nurturing communicator when it comes to Mercury being in Cancer and you being a sun sign Gemini. And that's what makes Geminis the communicators. Flight boss, bitch, for sure. Goddamn.